Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So today we are going to take a look at the relationship between depression and testosterone. Now, we all know that as a male hormone, testosterone is responsible for physical characteristics, things like increased muscle mass and enhanced masculinity. It's the cornerstone of any well-built muscular physique. But what about its relationship to more psychological traits, things like your mood? So what I'm going to do in this video is actually look at the link between depression and testosterone. I'm going to answer these following questions. What is depression? Are depression and testosterone levels related? And what can you do to actually boost and enhance your mood? So first, let's just talk about depression. What is it? Chronic low mood is amongst the top 5 leading causes of disability and disease burden throughout the entire world. Okay? Now, it's common in modern life to go through various moods on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes you might feel a little low for even a few days at times. Stressful events are part of your life. But if you suffer from a loss of interest or pleasure in daily activities for more than 2 weeks, then you might actually have a full-blown mood disorder. Now, in order to properly diagnose this illness, you got to go to see a physician and you complete what's called a DSM-IV questionnaire, and that rates your mood, your feelings, and your function, and then gives you feedback on your approach to life in general. So depression actually works on a continuum. All right, where a full spectrum of symptoms exist based on how severe the illness is. Now, although the outcome is going to be different for each individual, I'm going to give you a few common symptoms. You could have a persistent feeling of sadness. You could have loss of energy, and you could be consistently tired or lethargic. You could have a loss of confidence, loss of self-esteem, and that could lead you to isolation and loneliness. You're not going to want to be around people, okay? You're going to have poor quality or no sleep at all. And there's feelings of helplessness and hopelessness, and some people even think about suicide and death. Now, with symptoms of low testosterone, clinically low testosterone levels include diminished muscle mass and physical strength, as well as decreased bone mineral density. And sufferers can also be affected by decreased libido, fatigue, low energy, mood, and irritability, all symptoms of depressive illness as well. So there appears to be a link between chronic low mood levels of male androgen hormones, but can low testosterone cause mood disorders or vice versa? So let's take a look here at what the research says, because I've got several studies to cite. Now, can low testosterone cause depression? There has been a great deal of research done into male health and links to psychological illness. So here's a quick rundown of some of the ones that I found most useful. There was a very, very recent study published in 2015 by Michael Irwig, and he's an MD, and his colleagues, and they reported that men with low testosterone levels can often show signs of clinically low mood. Now, in a study of 200 volunteers that they did, they reported that as high as 56% of the men having symptoms of chronic low mood had been diagnosed or were using antidepressant medication. Now, just to give some context here, general population figures are as low as 9 to 23%, so there appears to be much higher risk of mood disorder for anyone suffering with low testosterone. Study number 2. The link between mood and circulating androgen levels was also studied by Shores and colleagues in 2004. They wanted to know if men with low testosterone were more likely to suffer with mood-related illnesses that affect their quality of life. So, to do this, what they did was they recruited nearly 300 men over the age of 45 who had either normal or low testosterone levels, but who at the time showed no mood-related illness. Then they tracked them for 4 years to see what happened. The results were pretty astounding here, okay? They reported that at the 2-year mark, 21% of the men with low testosterone were diagnosed with depressive illness, as opposed to only the 7.1% in those with normal testosterone levels. That made them around 4 times more likely to be diagnosed with illnesses. Study number 3. Similar results were found in a study published in Psychosomatic Medicine. So they had 22 healthy men and 15 men with diagnosed with major mood disorders, and they volunteered to have their hormone levels tracked over a 14-hour period. When the results were analyzed, the authors of the study reported that daytime, nighttime, and overall 24-hour testosterone levels were lower in the group of 15 low mood volunteers. So on top of that, they also reported a reduced luteinizing hormone pulse in the 15 men as well. So this is pulse is needed to actually stimulate testosterone levels, and the study actually concluded that gonadal function may be disturbed in men with depressive episodes of moderate to high severity. Last study, number 4. This study was published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, and it analyzed testosterone levels of nearly 900 men aged between 50 to 89 years old. They found that testosterone levels were 17% lower in men with categorically defined low mood than were observed in all other men. That by keeping testosterone levels elevated, symptoms of depression could be reduced. So, there you have it. Now, in summary, depression is amongst the top 5 leading causes of disability and disease burden throughout the world, and it's characterized by persistent feelings of low mood, as well as sadness, tiredness, and lethargy, as well as sleep quality, and in severe cases, people will think about suicide. Now, a number of symptoms coincide with low testosterone: feelings of irritability, decreased sex drive, and reduced energy, and this may develop into low mood simply out of frustration as well as on a chemical level. Now, research suggests that low testosterone may be a contributing factor for depression illness, with men 4 times more likely to suffer from mood-related illnesses as androgen levels drop to low levels. So at present, there is very little evidence out there to suggest why the two illnesses are related, but there are several actual possible explanations. Regardless of the mechanism behind it, as a preventative measure, it's really important to ensure you keep your testosterone levels elevated. So, that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.